Hi again, guys. Today we're starting 412, which is simple interest, which you will use a lot in life. Okay, simple interest is talking about the interest is the amount of money paid or earned for the use of money by a bank or other financial institution. So it's what you pay or what you earn is the amount of interest. For borrowing money, for instance, loans, credit cards, etc., the interest is paid. For saving money, like savings accounts, investing, the interest is earned. All right, so for simple interest formula, this is what we use to solve problems involving simple interest. And I affectionately refer to this as I party. I equals PRT. Now let's talk about what each letter represents. I is the amount of interest either paid or earned. The P is your principal investment, or I'll sometimes talk about what you start with. What you start with, like either it's what your loan is made for, or it's what the amount you deposit. The rate, the R is your rate, which is the percent as a decimal. And the T is time, but it's always in years. So if it gives you in months, you have to convert it to years. Okay, let's work some examples. Okay, number one, for these problems, we're just finding the simple interest amount. So I've got to go through and I need to label what my numbers are. Well, the 675 at 4% for 3 years. This is my P, this is my R, but remember that has to be rewritten. Okay, so my R is 0.04 and my 3 is my T. So now I plug and chug. So I'm going to have into my formula, I equals 675 times 0.04 times 3. And yes, you do get to use a calculator, but remember, I know the calculator can do more than one at a time, but you can only technically multiply one at a time. So we're going to do 675 times 0.04, and that gives me 27 times 3. And then I do that times 3, and that's going to give me that my I is $81. And yes, you have to write the dollar symbol. So that's how we find the interest amount. Okay, so now we're going to flip the page and we're going to work a few problems where it's working for things a little bit different and talking about things in a different way a little bit. Okay, here we go. When it's more of an application situation, it's not so straightforward. All right, so number 9. And for these, you want to make sure that you round to the nearest 10th. So Marcia borrowed $8,975 at a 4.9% interest rate to purchase a used car. How much total? So we want the total. Will she have paid after 5 years? Okay, one thing we need to talk about to figure out the total, you're going to do the interest plus the principal. Okay, the total is you do the interest plus the principal. So here we go. Principal is 8,975. So there's my P. The 4.9, my rate is going to be 0.049. Yeah, it's a decimal, but that's a decimal percent. We have to move it twice to the left. And then my T is 5. So here we go. So we have I equals 0.975 times 0.049 times 5. And now we calculate. 8975 times 0.049. So that's 439.775 times 5. And I get here's tenth or cent. Since I'm dealing with money, we're doing cent here. Okay. So we have, when I do this multiplication, I end up with, can't see it because of the glare, 2198.875, but I'm dealing with money, so I can't have 0.875. I'm going to round the 7 to an 8 because I'm dealing with money. So my interest is $2,198.88, but that's the interest. I'm not looking for the interest at my answer. I'm looking for the total. So that means I have to take and add the 8975 to this interest amount. What's in red is the interest amount. Now I am calculating the total. So my total is going to equal $11,173.88. And you have to have your money symbol. Okay, here we go. Moving right along. Looking at number 12, because I'm going to work several different types of problems here. Okay. Lance placed $5,200 in an investment account. So that's my principal right there, placed in an investment account with a 6.5% interest rate. So that's going to be 0.065 as the R. After how many years? Oh, we want to know how many years. That's my question mark. Will he double his initial investment? Okay, so well, he's got to double that initial investment. So we want the interest to be, when it says double right there, that means that the interest is 5,200 because he's wanting it to double. So it's wanting to be the same amount. He's earned the same amount as the original amount. Okay, so now we plug into the formula of I equals PRT, I party. So I'm going to have I equals, oh no, I'm plugging in for I because I know what I is. So I plug in. So I have 5,200 equals, my principal is also 5,200. And I have my rate of 0.065, but I don't know what T is. So my T, I'm just going to write as T. If you want to put it as an X, you are more than welcome to do that. That's just my unknown, so I'm leaving it as a T. And now we multiply. 5,200 times 0.065 gives me 338 T. And now we solve our equation. It's multiplied, so now I have to divide by 338 to both sides. Okay, so when I do that in the calculator, so I'm doing 5,200 divided by 338, enter, and I get this long decimal. This is where we round to the 10th place, because I'm not talking about money, so I'm going to round to the 10th place. So therefore, this 8 causes the 3 to round up. So therefore, the T equals 15, or is approximately 15.4 years. Okay, moving right along. Remember, if you've got questions, stop, pause, rewind, come see me. All right, number 13. Excuse me. Shane took out a 5.5-year loan, so that's my T, from the bank in order to purchase a $12,000 motorcycle. So that's how much he's wanting, he's got to buy, okay? At the end of the loan, he had paid $3,267 interest. So this is I. Find the interest rate. So I'm looking for the rate. So I'm looking for R. R is what I'm looking for. So the 12,000 is what my loan's going to start for. So this is P. We plug and chug. So here we go. So I've got, this is my interest. So I'm going to have 3,267 equals 12,000 times R. That's what I'm looking for. Times, okay, this is 5.5 years. So it's 5.5. I actually type that in. And now I multiply. Now, when I'm working this, because of the commutative property, I can multiply this times this and it not be an issue. I don't have to rearrange. So I'm going to have 12,000 times 5.5, which gives me 66,000. So I have 3,267 equals 66,000 R. And now I divide. I divide by 66,000 on both sides. So I punch this in. Trying to get it to where there's not a glare. And we have 3,267 divided by 66, 1, 2, 3 zeros. Enter. Okay. So remember, we've got to move the decimal. Well, it's an ending decimal, so I'm going to just write R equals 0.0495. Now, since it's an ending decimal, I'm going to use all of it. So I move the decimal 2 places to the right so that I end up with an answer of 4.95%. This is my actual answer, and you have to have the percent symbol. Okay, last problem. 16. Alex bought a new boat with a 15-year loan, so that's T, at 2.5% interest, so that's going to be 2.4% interest. If he ended up paying $8,456.40 in interest, so that's I, what was the purchase price? That means I am looking for P. P is my unknown. So now I plug and chug. I plug everything else in. So I'm going to end up with 8456.40 equals P times 0.024 times 15. Multiply these two numbers and we get 0.36P. So I have 8456.4 equals 0.36P. And now I divide by 0.36 to both sides. And when I do that, we end up with $23,490 as the principal amount, the original purchase price. All right, again, if you've got questions, make sure that you come and ask, pause and repeat as much as you need, and I'll give you the directions on the day we cover this lesson. Have a great day. Bye.